All right, I can hear myself. You tell me if you can hear me. But hello, guys. Welcome to Offstage Malaysia's first episode of Option Select on Air. So this is a special segment we're gonna do like every 2 weeks or so, where we bring to you the latest news in the gaming industry, especially when it comes to Nintendo or even adjacent gaming industry news. Then following it up with community gameplay, we play multiplayer games. We are a community over here in Wanderstop, Malaysia. So every week we have gatherings playing Super Smash Bros. And any other casual game who is suggested, right? Which is suggested. So if you guys are ever interested in joining us, just know that we are here and we will definitely be welcoming for you. So lastly, we'll be also ending this show with a discussion, a podcast segment where we'll talk for a specific topic. Today's topic is what the heck is happening with the AAA industry right now? And I think our community will have some thoughts when it comes to that specific topic because all of us are gamers, all of us follow a lot of news, and I'm sure you guys will have fun following along. So if you guys have any thoughts you want to share along the topic, make sure to put it in the chat. We'll follow along with you guys. So, we'll begin very soon. All right. Presenting our guests, we have Cam and Habo today. So, these two are veteran members of our community, and we're glad for them. They'll bring us the headlines of this past week and a half's news of the gaming industry.
Alright, hello guys, I'm Habo again, and this is Cam.
Hello there, camping, resident Greninja player. You know, we play Smash Brothers over here, but I like playing a lot of games too, so somehow we end up on this segment here to present you the latest gaming news. Yeah,
this is our first time doing this stuff. So I'm Habo, I'm the pilot player here, one of the communities around here as well.
so head TO.
Yeah, head TO of Offstage community. As well as one of the game developers. If you guys know me, then you guys know where am I. Yes. Alright. Of course, in the end, I'm still a gamer, so I'm still around here. Alright, so let's move on with our current news right now. Let's go to the biggest news of them all, like for this month, which is Monster Hunter World, which came around 1 week ago.
Jumping straight into game releases, and of course, the biggest one lately is Monster Hunter Wilds. The sales numbers for this has been pretty ridiculous. I think Capcom reported that in 3 days, right, it sold like over 8 million copies already, which is insane for a Monster Hunter game. I think last time their older games, like I think, were hovering more across the 5 million mark. I mean, citation needed, but you know, you get the point, right?
And actually, all this thing, Monster Hunter War. Okay, while we're talking about Monster Hunter War, Monster Hunter War, which is released like around 2017, was actually the kick-off where all the players around the world starting to know what Monster Hunter is. Then we keep the momentum in Monster Hunter Rise, which released on Switch later on in other consoles as well. Then nowadays, Wilds, which is the current momentum until now. So we can see that even me playing it as myself, I can see that this game is pretty good. It's a very big step up from Monster Hunter World.
I'm not playing it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you guys haven't played it, go and play it. It's pretty friendly for those who just joined it because, again, the review itself is like 8 out of 10 from IGN. But again, from me, myself, it's really fun.
I believe the console ports are pretty good. I'm not too sure about PC performance though.
Oh yeah, that one, hopefully Capcom can address it because so far, what the news that I read so far, the fans are taking it, like by themselves. But moving on, let's go to the other games, which is coming in 2 weeks, which is a game made by Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed Shadows. What do you think about that?
AC Shadows, I mean, Assassin's Creed has been around for a while. It's about time they release their next one. Assassin's Creed Shadows is quite interesting in a sense that like you have two protagonists, right? You have like the samurai and the ninja, both of them working together. Not too much for me to say on this one. I felt like I've fallen off the Assassin's Creed series for a while now because they definitely changed their style. They're not really like the old Assassin's Creed games anymore, but it's fine. Hoping Ubisoft can do good with this release because they probably need it. They also revealed like how long it would take to beat this game. On a rough estimate, it's about gonna be 30 to 40 hours, which is not bad when you have a lot of work to do, right? A lot of people working nowadays. That kind of game length is kind of nice so that you don't feel stuck playing only AC for a long, long time. What do you think?
All right. Again, the setting is to now for Assassin's Creed Shadow is actually in Japan, which is something that fan wants it for so long. Yeah, and unfortunately, there's a competitor which is Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully, that's what I'm literally comparing it to Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully, Assassin's Creed Shadow can compete with Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully, they have something in there that separates them in terms of uniqueness. And again, what Cam said, hopefully this game will be an indicator of what's going on in Ubisoft future, because Assassin's Creed Shadow is gonna be, if you guys know about this one, Assassin's Creed Shadow is gonna be one of the games in like Hex program, Assassin's Creed Hex program. Yeah, it's something like online, like all the Assassin's Creed in one big thing.
I completely forgot there was a thing. Shoot. Well, good luck to them on that one, I think. But I believe we can move on to another big hitter, because apparently this season has been quite nutty. Split Fiction, one of the, how do I put it, peak co-op experience, made by Hazelight Studios, the ones who also did the Game of the Year winning It Takes Two, is now out, and it released on the 6th of March 2025, which for us was 2 days ago actually.
1 day ago, it's yesterday.
Oh
Malaysia
wait,
time,
Malaysia time.
Malaysia
Oh my god, it's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah.
But in any case, reviews for this one have been pretty good. Gameplay in particular has been a very big highlight of this game. What do you think?
All right, the review, at least what I read from IGN, is like 10 out of 10. Because they are mixed up like the classic gameplay, the future gameplay, like the settings of the gameplay. Because as you can see in the trailer itself, you can see the classical like how to say, modern, futuristic, or maybe like old rock, like very oldie.
I know the setting of the game makes it so that any kind of like fantastical experience really works here, right? You can do a lot of different levels with that kind of like story setting.
I'm kind of excited like how they pull it off, because this settings actually happen in VR. If you can see, I don't want to spoil more, but it's actually happening in VR.
Are they trapped in VR? Are they sold out online?
They're trapped they're sold out online. If they exit the game, they just like, I don't know, pass away. But but again, I think this one is a kid-friendly game. Hopefully, all the families like couples or like friends. If you guys have friends, just bring them over and play, because it's very worth it in terms of story.
If you guys have friends.
All right, moving on. For the next game that we want to focus on, which just released like a month ago, almost a month ago. No, a month, like 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, which is Like a Dragon Yakuza in Hawaii.
In Hawaii. Wait, sorry, Like a Dragon Yakuza in Hawaii. Oh yeah, no. I think I didn't miss. I'm pretty sure that's the name. I don't know, man. This game's insane. Just like the main character Majima, I don't know what he is doing, bro. He is juggling like Hawaiian citizens, like as if it's a Devil May Cry game.
I don't know, like this guy in the name Majima, he's literally like, he came from Porthole, like appearing anywhere, like suddenly anywhere at Japan, suddenly go to like Hawaii, and apparently he's a captain right now in Pirate.
It's probably related to the story, but why he's a captain, God knows, man. I just know that the latest Yakuza games have been taking place in Hawaii.
Yeah. Apparently it happens before the Yakuza, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, if I'm not wrong. It's either before or in between. I think it's before.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose that's interesting. If you guys are looking for a cool beat 'em up that's with some flashy combos and actual ship battles, which is huh? What do you mean they put Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag inside here? We're getting 2 Assassin's Creed games.
Black Flag is still Black Flag is still one of the best. A bit further straight away. But yeah, Black Flag is one of the best pirate games so far.
Okay, let's move on to the next few releases I actually want to highlight. I'm a big fan of indies, so I usually want to highlight these as well, right? I think one of the most high-profile indie releases lately was Star of Providence. That game has been out on Steam since, can you check the date? I saw the date just now. It was since 2017. It was actually out on Steam. But Big Mode, the publishing label created by Video Game Donkey, it's a YouTube channel that was really big, has been picked it up to publish it on Switch. I think that's quite interesting. Like, I feel like anything that Donkey picks up right now has been like pretty spot on in terms of like quality, because the previous game they published was Animal Well, and I'm not sure if you know how good that game is, but it was definitely one of the highlight indies of last year. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know. I'm not know much about Star of Providence, but I know Donkey because basically.
Yeah. To give you a short rundown on Star of Providence, it's basically a bullet hell roguelike. I wouldn't know too much else from it, as it's not exactly my cup of tea. I just find that it's very interesting that the circumstances of its release usually just get amplified just because Donkey is publishing it, right? Actually, no, I'll talk some more, because the next one, the next indie I actually want to highlight is Wanderstop. This one is published by Annapurna Interactive, who tends to publish a lot of pretty banger games, man. Stuff like Outer Wilds, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. How would I put it? They've got a style that's very interesting. And this time, what was the release date? Okay, 12th of March 2025. This game is about
A few days away actually. Yeah, it's 12th of March.
So in this game, your protagonist is managing a tea shop. You know, and it's a bit like, how do I put it? You know, like Coffee Talk or Cyber Valhalla, where you're just like making drinks for people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think about it. Like, there's a lot of like this Coffee Talk kind of game so far, but seeing how the art style and all, seeing how the art style presented in the trailer, I'm really interested in how it goes, how it tells a story between these two characters that is shown in the trailer.
I think the real highlight here is that unlike a usual like talking simulator, you know, making drinks, managing a tea shop, there's definitely a layer of mental trauma that is highlighted in the gameplay as well, because the main character is it used to be a tournament fighter. So what she's going through is just like, this is not the kind of place she belongs in, and she's like struggling with that. I'm just wondering how they're gonna put that in with regards to, you know, this is usually a cozy game, but you see that it's like, maybe it's not that cozy. What's going on here, you know? Yeah. Anyways, I've rambled on a few indies long enough, right? Maybe you'd like to talk about the next two.
Alright, we're just gonna speed things up a bit for the next few games. So another game that's gonna release, actually yesterday as well, which is Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster. Yeah. Do you know what is Suikoden?
Oh, you don't know?
I know about it. Like, I know there's a spiritual successors done by, I forgot already what's the name of the game.
I forgot the name, it's really weird.
Yeah. Oh, Eiyuden Chronicles. Yeah. The developer from the original Suikoden 1 and 2 create a studio by themselves and create a game called Eiyuden Chronicles. So if you guys played that game and you guys want to know like where they are coming from, go back to Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster.
Yeah. There's also a mobile game for some reason that they are like developing with relation to this. So God knows what that's gonna be, but it's called Genso Suikoden Star Leap. It's probably gonna be a gacha game. Let's be honest.
Alright, let's move on to other few games. So I just gonna go to here. Alright, Fragpunk. Okay, we can talk about.
I actually like researched this a bit. Fragpunk just released, I think, yesterday. Yeah, that was actually yesterday. Because it's one of these, like, I think it's the latest FPS that definitely caught my eye, right? It's one of those, like, really lively FPS games where you get these shard cards which act like really strong power-ups that influence the game in crazy ways. There's also Tribe 9. This one's actually a gacha game, but I think the big highlight of this is the fact that the Dangan Ronpa team is actually behind this. So the whole game is like a hardcore action game, which is very not typical for gacha. And then you could just get like detective baseball. I wish I could describe it better, but like that's apparently how it goes. Okay, yeah, I'll speed through the next few game announcements if you don't mind, right? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 Remastered was announced on the 4th of March. 4-3. Anyways, Pokemon Direct also happened recently, right? So you also got the announcements of Pokemon Champions and Pokemon Legends ZA. I know that more people in the community are excited about that because a lot of people here are Pokemon fans. Do you wanna like run through the miscellaneous game news as well?
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to touch on the layoffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. There are other news I'd like to quickly touch on before we move on to the next segment. So we'll speed through it. Monolith Productions, who was responsible for Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor and Middle Earth Shadow of War. I think that's like their biggest highlight games. They've made other games in the past, but I don't think like most people really know about those, or at least like majority media. So if you guys know that, hey, maybe you're in like the special club. They were shut down by Warner Brothers recently on February 25th. They weren't the only casualty though, as Player First Games, the people behind Multiverses also kind of died, which is unfortunate. They also cancelled the Wonder Woman game that they were making, which I honestly didn't really know existed in the first place.
It was actually, it's just that it just came out one trailer, short teaser, and that's about it.
Was it like Logan's trailer?
Almost.
Okay. There were also layoffs at PlayStation Studios Malaysia. I tried to look for more information on it, but I couldn't really get anything. So that's the extent of the news I could get from there. Right. Balatro, the indie darling of last year. Unfortunately, I am addicted to it now. That game is, for some reason, 18 plus in PEGi rating. It finally got down to 12 plus. The creator of the game finally managed to like lower that rating because I mean there wasn't actually real gambling inside that game, right? Dauntless, free-to-play Monster Hunter. That's how I call it. That game is shutting down, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened there because I know one of the latest updates really weren't going too well with the players. Right? They didn't like the changes they were making. Also, for the fighting game hits, Them Fighting Hurts is free on Epic Games this week. That's actually kind of worth noting because that's a good game. It's a pretty good game. I would say like if you like to try like indie fighting games, it's a good one. Dragon Age Veilguard already showing up on subscription services. It's actually on PS Plus now, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. You want to comment on that?
Okay, how to say? I think it's because they focus too much on like the money stuff in there, to the point that the game design can't really. Okay, this is what I heard. Can't pretty much focus on what's the original identity of the original Dragon Age, to the point it became like, yeah, like that, basically. So a lot of people are actually complaining about it.
Compared to Suicide Squad, which we all know was a bit of a bomb of a game, right? That apparently also took like 11 months for it to reach subscription services. So Dragon Age Veilguard showing up in 4 is definitely an eye raiser, if anything else, right? So I think that's about it for general announcements that and things that I've scrounged over the weeks. I'll just like quickly go through 2 more funny things. Did you notice that Among Us 3D?
Hey yo, Among Us.
So there was an Among Us VR game, right? They're converting that to like a non-VR version on Steam. So you know, proximity chat enable. You get to see these beings walking around doing tasks. Fucking funny. Monster Hunter Wilds, coming back to it for one last thing just before we end this segment. Did you know the food in Monster Hunter Wilds looks really damn good, right?
It's really good. If you guys play the game, you can see the rendering. You see the cheesiness of the cheese coming out from the naan. Wow.
So apparently the cheese naan looks so good in the Monster Hunter Wilds that like sales for it have been going crazy in Japan. Like Indian restaurants are selling out of cheese naan and people like the owners actually have to go out and buy more. So Hey, you know what? Maybe Monster Hunter is good for the economy. Sure, people are taking leaves, but you know. Okay, I think we can end it on a lighthearted note. That's the news section that we've got for you guys today. We'll be passing it back to Oscar for the next segment. Thank you, guys.
All right, so as we are gonna be ready for the next segment we're gonna